Florida family calls authorities when they discover a peculiar animal at their front door. Thanks to Florida's tropical wildlife, which includes armadillos, pelicans, alligators, sea turtles, and wolf spiders, residents get used to living with the unexpected. But when a Tampa family opened their front door early one morning, they weren't ready for their unannounced visitor. More than a little frightened, they called in the authorities, who issued a warning everyone needed to hear. When everything was over, the Tampa family wanted to put some distance between themselves and the bizarre events that made up June 30th, 2020. When newspapers reached out for their story, they asked to remain anonymous. It was early on a Tuesday and the family was preparing to head outside, but they couldn't. There was an enormous, two-limbed creature sitting on their front stoop, and he lacked any motivation to move. It was an alligator, which you may have guessed, because Florida. But after recovering from the initial shock, the family only had questions. Why was the gator just sprawled out in front of a suburban home in Tampa? And why did it only have two limbs? First things first, the bewildered Floridians tried to get this beast to leave their property. Though the chance of being attacked by a Florida gator is about 1 in 3.2 million, and this particular gator seemed harmless, they were understandably still feeling frantic. Though the family members did everything in their power to move the gator, he refused to budge. They had no choice but to stay inside and call an animal control service. But first, they needed to warn their community. The family didn't want their uninvited guest to put anyone's safety, specifically delivery drivers' safety, at risk. So they posted a sign on their garage door saying, "Delivery, stop, leave packages here, alligator at the front door." Seriously. The family then called Croc Encounters in Hillsborough County's Croc Encounters, an educational facility dedicated to rescuing unwanted reptiles. As stated on its Facebook page, they needed professionals to take care of this scaly situation. The rescue team was ready. We had an emergency alligator call this morning for an 8'9" gator. Croc Encounters, a group run by nuisance alligators trappers Karina Sura Painter and John Painter, wrote on Facebook. Old Two-Foot would be a little different, though. The residents said they found the alligator early this morning, and despite their efforts to get him to move, he refused to leave. He was not too happy to be evicted from his comfortable, shady spot as he smashed everything in sight upon exiting, Croc Encounters continued. And this moody gator, even with two limbs missing, made sure to let everyone know how feisty he was, using his front left leg and back right leg to waddle around and aggressively knock over welcome signs and outdoor decorations. As you can imagine, this seemingly lost gator was causing a commotion among curious neighbors who made sure to keep their distance. This guy was drawing a crowd all morning as everyone was stopping to see him, Croc Encounters wrote. We were happy to get him removed before someone got hurt, Croc Encounters' Facebook post continued. The rescue facility posted photos of the removal mission, which included guiding the giant reptile with rope. But everyone was still so curious as to why the gator was missing two limbs. Croc Encounters employees figured the amputation was a result of a wild gator fight that ended ugly. Since male alligators are known to be very territorial, it's possible that this guy got into a turf war with another male. They made sure to clarify that this physical impairment did not stop him from getting around. Though it seemed odd that the gator got around to a residential area in the first place, the University of Florida's IFAS extension relayed that population growth and the tourism industry, Disney World is the culprit, have led to more human-alligator run-ins in Florida. Upon encountering an alligator in the wild, officials urge people not to approach or feed it, though it's rare if an alligator hypothetically charges at you, often occurring when a human is too close to its nest. UF explained people should run away quickly and in a straight path. Water safety is important when you live in a state that's famous for its alligator infestation. Specifically, always keep your eyes peeled near fresh or brackish water, said UF officials. Swimming should only occur during daylight hours in areas explicitly labeled as safe. They also encouraged Floridians to toss fish remains into garbage cans and have fences standing at a minimum of 4.5 feet tall surrounding backyards. Alligators are good climbers. Anything lower would not be adequate protection, UF officials explained. Kroc Encounters employees were thankfully able to safely capture the alligator who crawled into the anonymous Tampa family stoop. He will now have a new home at our facility, they wrote on Facebook. Remember that in Florida it is illegal to kill or harass alligators, UF officials voiced. Floridians don't have to worry about gators taking over their neighborhoods anytime soon.